Hi, this is Mike Brown, owner of Death Wish Coffee Company. Welcome to Fueled by Deathcast.
I love Jabba, sweet and hot. Whoop, Mr. Motorama coffee spot.
Death Wish Coffee presents Fueled by Deathcast, the world's strongest podcast. With your hosts, the incredible Jeff and the amazing D-Man.
Welcome, everybody. It's another Fueled by Deathcast. Dustin was just interpretive dancing my yelling, right?
That's how I'm going to do the rest of this podcast.
This is going to be terrible. For all you guys keep track at home, this is episode number 90. 90. We made it to 90.
Oh my God. If I ever make it to 90, just like end it.
You said that about 40.
I mean it too. But if somehow I slip by 40 and end up in 90,
This is like a Rick and Morty situation right there. Goodness. For all you guys wondering, I am the Incredible Jeff.
they're not wondering, and I am the amazing D-Man.
That's it. We'd love it if you guys followed us over on social media. It's really easy. Our social media of choice is Instagram, but we Facebook and Twitter as well. I am at Jeff Wish Coffee.
And I am at Death Wish Dustin.
And if you guys are just listening to this podcast on your favorite podcast listening device, whether it be iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, Google Music, iHeartRadio, whatever it is, we are also in video format. If you're watching us, hello. We are on YouTube as well as the Death Wish Coffee Company Facebook page, where you can find all the episodes in beautiful video as well as audio.
Full color, too.
Full color.
Now in full color.
Now in Dolby Surround Sound. No, we're not in Surround Sound yet. I want to take a minute and thank our good friend, Brock Powell.
BrockVox.com.
He's the voice actor on this show and 1,000 voices out there in the world. Go check him out. Seriously, he's doing some really, really awesome stuff in the world of voice acting. He's got some new stuff that we can't talk about yet, but I'm very excited for him.
Yeah, but I think the thing that's really cool about following somebody like Brock, if you have any interest at all what it's like to be a voice actor, I mean, this is ground floor stuff that you can be. I mean, that's a great thing about social media now, is that you can be tapped into the process of just about everything.
Yeah.
And if you're into the process of voice acting, tap into Brock Powell, BrockVox.com.
That's it. I also want to shout out a new friend of the show, a new podcast out there called Hybrothetical Thinking. That's a little bit of a tongue twister, but Hybrothetical Thinking. It's a very fun show that just started. You can find it on iTunes and wherever podcasts are found. And the reason why I bring it up is because they are fueled by a specific coffee to make their podcast now.
Is it Folgers?
It's not Folgers. It's Death Wish Coffee.
Shit.
And we love those guys over there, and I just wanted to give them some love, and I think you guys should too. When you're done listening to this episode, go on over and check out an episode of Hybrothetical Thinking. You'll be impressed by what you thought.
Secret code unlocked. Discount of death.
This week until Wednesday, September 12th, if you type in the secret code on deathwishcoffee.com, the secret code this week is CJ. Jeff, could you spell that?
CJ. I've been loving these secret codes lately. They spell themselves.
I know, right? So awesome. Well, this week, if you type in CJ, you'll get 15% off of everything. And once again, that is until Wednesday, September 13th on deathwishcoffee.com. 15% off of everything. It doesn't get much better than that.
Really
we got
doesn't.
a lot of cool things going on the page right now.
Yeah.
There's always mugs available,
That
but we got
starter bundle.
Yeah, that starter kit is amazing. It's a really well priced. You can just like if you don't have Death Wish merchandise in general, or if you want to get a friend started, this is the perfect thing to get.
Now 15% off.
The new vacuum seal canisters on that,
Yeah.
and you can buy that alone if you don't need a starter kit. You just need that new vacuum seal canister, which is on 2 sides now, which is awesome. You can get 15% off of that, which is great.
Yeah.
Which is just great.
It is great.
You can get 15% off of coffee too, Jeff. 'cause
can.
That's a thing.
It is a thing
that we do.
It is a thing that we do. And, if you guys are a fan of the show, you probably know why it's 15% off of everything. Every single month, we feature another employee on an employee episode here at Fueled by Deathcast, and this is no different. We have none other than our very own CJ DeLuca on the show this week, and this is a photo of him and his girl in Iceland, which we actually do talk about. And we talk about all sorts of cool stuff because CJ, if like many of us here at Deathwish Coffee, started off, basically packing K-Cups, doing the normal production stuff, and is now in a job description where he never thought he would even know what it was or how to do it, and he's learning every single day. He's making sure that this company is becoming Sqf Certified. And we talk about what that exactly means, what that means for this company. He talks about where he thinks we're headed, and it's a really cool conversation.
It's quality control. That's what it means.
It is.
Just in case you're wondering.
It is quality
Just
control.
in case you're like, I don't know what he's talking about. I'm going to stop listening to it right now. Boom. It's quality control, just so you know.
But again, it's that same story where it's like, never in a million years did he think he was going to be not only knowing how to do this, but he himself is now certified to teach other people how to do this.
We're a fucking pirate ship,
We
dude.
really are.
Yar, you man the cannon.
Yeah,
I don't
okay.
know how to work the cannon,
Figure it
Captain.
out.
Yar, figured it out.
Yar.
Yar, figured it out.
That's a perfect Mike Brown impression. Just kidding, boss. But we're really excited for you guys to hear this week's episode. So mugs up this week for this week's death guest, CJ DeLuca.
Enjoy.
The Fueled by Death guest.
We start this off every single time. The employee you hate the most.
Ooh.
Not even to mince words. Just
I
what
left
do you
my
fucking hate?
I left my list. To be honest.
I like that.
It's
list.
it's not really a hate. It's a love hate.
Yeah.
But I have to go with William.
Oh.
Yeah.
Usually the go-to is Kane, but William
I
is a
think Noah
punching
gets
bag.
some love in that category too.
Every now and again.
I could be wrong.
Yeah,
I could be wrong.
right.
Maybe that's just
Yeah.
me.
William is a punching bag, though.
Yeah, it's
fine.
funny. I just talked to him about it too. He goes, "Oh, they're gonna ask you who you hate the most." Oh, why would they? Oh, that's funny, William.
I mean, it's fun because we start with that question because, one thing I've learned working here, and I'm sure you have too, we're a crazy bunch of motherfuckers, but, I mean, it's like one big family.
Yeah, it is. It's like a family. You
Yeah.
got the ones you love, you got the ones you hate, you got the crazy uncle doing crazy things like, dude, what are you doing?
Yeah,
It's
for
great.
sure.
Blowing stuff up in the parking lot.
Of course, yeah, you might hear that.
Sure.
They are blowing stuff up in the parking lot. So let's bring it all the way back. How long have you been working here?
I've been here for a little over a year now. I started last June.
Yeah, so a little over a year. And we'll talk about how you've seen the company grow as we go. But I'm very curious to hear, what was it like when you started? What were your initial duties starting at Deathwish?
I started on the production floor, just packing cups, and then moving on to the Viking. And it was pretty basic. It was simple instructions, and just work.
Get it done. Yeah.
Put your head down and work. Have fun.
And since then, we've grown as a company. I mean, we have a heck of a lot more guys on the production floor now, and your job has changed significantly.
Yeah. Yep.
You are the head of what is called Sqf now, part of this company. Can we talk a little bit about that? Because I didn't even know that was a thing that existed until
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
more than just SQF, just to interject, it's quality control.
Quality control. Yes, as a whole, yes.
So if somebody gets too many beans in their bag, it's this guy's fault.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Talk a little bit about how your job's changed. Yeah.
Yeah. So Swedish had approached me about kind of starting up a quality control division, and I said, yeah, sure, something that we probably need, and it kind of grew from there. We learned about this whole Sqf certification and the FSMA rules that came out from FDA. And then we learned that we needed to start being compliant with these rules. And being Sqf is a certification worldwide that basically says, your facility is clean, you have traceability, yada, yada, yada. But it's big time shit.
Yeah.
You're now messing with the brands like your Nestle's, your like Coca-Cola, like big brands are Sqf certified. So this is a huge process for us.
Yeah, it keeps everybody in check. It keeps our product in check. I mean, like you said, it's something that you see normally with the big boys.
Yeah.
And I'm going to just say it. I think we're becoming one of the big boys. Even though there's still only 30 of us, I still think we're becoming one of the big boys out there.
Oh, yeah, for sure. For sure.
So it's definitely needed. Does Sqf stand for anything?
Safe Quality Food Initiative.
Safe Quality Food. Okay, because I didn't even know that. Literally, I had no idea about this until one day we were at a meeting, and they're like, so CJ is going to be heading Sqf. And I was like, that sounds like fun. Is it a carnival? What is that? Like,
so that obviously comes with a handful of obstacles. I can only imagine, and I've been here to see some of it, but what do you think is the most challenging part of taking a facility like what we've done, which is pretty much homegrown, and turn it into, you know, a safe, a quality, high quality, you know, big boy corporation facility?
I mean, luckily we're still kind of new, so we have like almost a clean slate. You know, we have a fresh canvas to work with.
Yeah.
So we're, you know, our packaging, everything that we've been doing already all falls in line. You know, the packaging
That's awesome.
comes from good sources. You know, we're all organic, you know, which is great. Even a new pest control provider, you know, so it's things like that have been obstacles, and trying to find the right sources that'll work with us, that know what Sqf is, and can keep us compliant. But I think the hardest thing is going to be just implementing all the rules. There's just so many rules that go with it, you know.
Yeah.
It's, you know, you got to make sure that you're not cutting your corners.
Yeah,
basically.
Absolutely.
and it sounds like we're doing it at the right time in the business. Even though we've been around since 2012, like just in the last couple of years, we really have grown into this juggernaut.
Especially grown, but we were like, you know, we were 3 people on the production floor,
Right.
and now we're going to be very soon 30 people on the production floor.
Right.
So this is probably the perfect time to start implementing a thing like this, when even the people who have been working here on the production floor have only been here for a short period of time. So it's kind of like you don't have to worry about teaching the old dog new tricks. These are all new dogs learning new tricks, and that trick is being quality compliant, which is awesome to see.
Yeah, and it's nice too that all the guys are on board. You know, they understand what this certification will get us, and where it will bring us, and they're all on board to see that growth, which is awesome.
Yeah, because that can be tricky. I'm sure, like, I'm sure sometimes you kind of have to be the bad guy, which is kind of tough. Like, hey, you can't do that here. You can't bring that food item in here.
Yep.
You can't be drinking your coffee over the coffee that you're packing, even though that seems like it would make sense, but it's like, no, we have to fall in line here, and you kind of have to be the guy that convey that, and to have a team that's going to be behind you. I'm sure that makes that a whole lot easier.
Yeah, it's definitely a lot easier when everyone is on board, you know, and they understand what we're going for. May not be the easiest thing, you know. It's like, all right, I got to change this routine, or, you know, this fucking guy's making me do things differently, but you know, to have that support, and especially from, you know, Mike and Tim and those guys, like, it definitely makes it easier, and it's definitely a huge help.
That's awesome. So where does this bring us? Where, like, becoming Sqf certified, what is that? What are the things that we can achieve because of that?
That'll allow us to get into some of the larger retailers. I know a lot of people dislike Walmart, but, you know, that's what gets us into those larger retailers like your Albertsons,
Because they require that you're
they want to see that you're putting out good product, your facility is safe, clean, and that they're not going to have a risk to bring you on.
Yeah, well, we talk about that on the show too, like speaking on the Walmart side, and we've said this to, you know, our listeners and our viewers as well. We're not, as a company, we're not going all in on, we're now at Walmart, you know. We look at these things like Walmart and Albertsons and different retail spaces that we can go into as just extra ways we can get our brand out there.
And let me add this in. I mean, the move to Walmart was a little bit unconventional compared to most companies, because this was a push for Walmart to get small American businesses into Walmart. And that's why we hopped on that train. It's not the giant corporate conglomerate just sucking up everything they can. These are initiatives to give American companies a chance in America. And that's why we hopped on board. It's not because we want to become part of this just monster, and that's not what it is.
And it'll never be that. It's like, even our most diehard fans out there, and some of the people who've been supporting this brand since the beginning, have said how nice it is, because you're out, and you've probably experienced this too. You're out and you're wearing something that's Death Wish. You're drinking Death Wish, and someone will inevitably come up to you and go, "What's that?" And for the longest time, we'd have to be like, "We're Death Wish Coffee. We're online. You can go on Amazon, that kind of stuff." But literally now, you can say you can physically go down the road, and pick it up and try it if you want. And if you like it, definitely go to deathwishcoffee.com and go get all the awesome goodies that we make. But I mean, like, at least it's a gateway.
Yeah.
It's like, hey kid, you want to try some coffee, kid? So that's awesome. So I mean, that means that we're just becoming more of a big boy, more of of an actual big time company out there, because that's the goal. We want to be the best coffee company in the world. And Mike Brown has said it a million times. He doesn't want to be the biggest coffee company in the world. He doesn't want to be, the most lucrative, famous coffee company in the world. He just wants to be the best. And I think this is definitely what's
well, yeah, it's an essential piece, if not, the cornerstone of quality. Quality is the cornerstone of being the best.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, we actually just ordered a bunch of new equipment for our QC lab to help us even improve that quality even more.
Wow.
Can you talk about some of that equipment a little bit?
So we have some really fun gadgets coming in that'll measure the water activity in the roasted beans once they're done. Wow. We'll be able to measure the moisture content of the beans before we roast them, so that we can hold our suppliers in check for meeting our required specs. What else did we get? We got some stuff with black lights. Yeah, that's always...
What's the point of having black lights with coffee, by the way?
They're fun.
It's funny because I ordered this stuff. It's like, I don't even know what the hell this is for.
some of it I don't even know yet. Yeah, some of it I'm not sure.
Yeah, because I know a lot of this came from talking to one of the biggest experts in the field. And she was like, you need these things in your facility in order to be a high-end, testing facility. And that's what we want to be. We want to be testing everything that's coming in and going out of this place. And that's the point of all this equipment that we're going in. Are you excited to play with all this stuff?
I am very excited.
Yay, new toys are fun.
Yeah, I'm very excited. It's all been a big learning experience, too, taking this stuff on and not really having an idea of what Sqf is. I mean, this was put on my lap.
And you've never done this before. Much like many of us here at Death Wish, if you've ever watched these employee episodes, that's mostly what we say.
It's a pirate ship.
Yeah.
It really is. It's like,
figure it out.
You're manning the sail. Well, how do I do it? I don't know. Man the sail,
do the thing.
Man,
do
man
the thing.
it.
Just do the thing.
Be a man on the sail and get it done.
So that's got to be fun from your end, too, because you're really just learning all this stuff you probably never thought in a million years you'd even learn, right?
Yeah, I've had to take a couple classes. I've got a few certificates I can hang on the wall now.
You yourself are certified to do these things.
Yeah.
So that's awesome.
It's kind of scary, though.
But that's a resume builder even in itself.
Oh, yeah. For
that's
sure.
That's awesome.
It's been a lot of fun. A lot of it is boring documentation and writing policies, but...
Hanging out in John's office.
Yeah. Yeah.
No comment.
No, we're office buddies.
Yeah, you are.
We're roommates.
So let's go back to before working here, before getting a job at Death Wish. What kind of industry were you in before that?
I was in the food and bar industry for about 15 years. Yeah.
Doing as like a bartender or?
Cooking, waiting, bartending.
All of it.
Yeah.
Front of the house and back of the house.
Yep.
Oh, me too, man. I've been there.
We've all been there.
So, did you know about Death Wish? I know the answer to this, but did you know about Death Wish before you applied for the job?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah.
How did you, you're from the area? You heard about the company?
Yeah, I grew up down in Burn Hills, not too far from here. And my buddy Jay and Mike had opened Hunters on Jay back in 2014. And I was bartending there, and one of the first beers we ever had on draft was the first Death Wish IPA with ADK and OSB.
Yeah.
So we had that on draft, and I said, coffee IPA, this is fucking gross. So I started drinking. I was like, hey, this is actually pretty good.
Yeah.
And
I miss those beers.
we got invited to Saratoga Beer Week party at Old Saratoga Brewing. I said, all right, let's go. And there was this Death Wish coffee stand. I said, this is a fucking joke. The world's strongest coffee, sure, whatever.
Yep.
And I went up, and I think at the time it was just like Cane, Taya, and Swedish. And we were trying all these different different types of coffee or whatever he had with him. I said, this shit is actually really good. So I grabbed a shirt. I got the mug, the IPA tankard.
Oh, nice.
And I was hooked from there.
Really?
So
that's awesome.
It's gotten me through a lot of those long bartending nights.
Yeah,
and extra early kitchen shifts.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So you then apply for the job. You get the job. Your job has changed drastically since you've been here. What do you think about in the last year and a half since you've been here, the growth of the company? Do you think we're growing too fast? Like, what's your view of how we've been kind of scaling?
I think it's been awesome to see the growth. You know, and you almost look at it and kind of wonder, when is this going to stop? You know, like, when are we going to peak and stop growing?
Right.
I mean, hopefully never, but you know, it's been pretty awesome. You know, when the guys take on new accounts, and it's like, oh, we're shipping here now.
Yeah.
We got to fill these orders.
Yeah.
It's like, where's that place? What store is that?
Yeah.
You know, it's awesome. The growth has been exponential. You know, we've hired a bunch more people even since I've been here. You know, so it's nice to see that we're still growing and the potential is still there.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, I look at it like that too. Like, as I started shortly before you did, and you know, when I think back on it, it's like, oh yeah, it just seems gradual. But then you think of all the stuff that we've done, and you just retail-wise where we are now, it's like, holy crap! Like, is there an end? Is it like, is this all a dream, and the other shoe's gonna hit the ground, and it's just gonna be like, nope, like.
No, it just keeps on going and
Just
going.
keeps
And
on
the way
going.
I see it going is that we're going to take on all the retailers. We're going to take them all on. And we have been. And we have found ways to be able to do it one way or the other. And we're going to do it. And then eventually, we're going to look at the rest of the world. We're going to look at Canada. We're going to look at South America. We're going to look at Asia. We're going to look at Europe. We're touching those places right now. But as soon as we've taken over America, spread.
Yeah.
We spread and we find out ways to hit those markets. And because, I mean, the way I see it, this brand is unstoppable. I mean, it's got the look, it's got the taste, and we seal the deal. And quality is that cornerstone that's going to make sure that we get from point A to point B without any bumps in the road, man. And I mean, that's just the way I see it going. Maybe that's just my inflated head.
I mean, you said it yourself, CJ. Like, we have so many stories of fans of this company, customers of this company, that, you know, it starts off with them seeing the logo or seeing the brand and being like, fuck you. Like, yeah, right, you know? But the product speaks for itself. And I'm very proud of that. I'm very proud of being able to work for a company not only that I believe in and the brand, but the product itself is actually a good product.
Yeah.
And, you know, I don't have to feel like a shill and be like, no, really, it's good. No, I swear to God. It's like, no, really, just have a taste of this coffee and you tell me if it's good or not. You know? Like,
it's awesome to be able to work for a company that you actually believe in.
Yeah.
You know, like, I can't remember the last time I had a job that I was like, I'm excited to go to work.
Right,
you know,
especially being in the food service industry for so long. There's so many times I would wake up and go, I have to go to work.
I mean, I think that's one thing that's not touched on enough here at Death Wish, that, you know, we see it ourselves over and over again, but it's not quite spelled out where this is a company that's now offering jobs to people that they can love their job. Usually you would have to be in a big city or in a place that you might hate being to get a good job, but in a I mean, there's just small towns littered all over where we are. We're not in the city. We're in upstate New York. We're in the mountains. It's hard to find a good job. And the only thing that pays decently to support our families is usually, you know, a bartending job or a wait job or, you know, working as a cook. Whatever we can find, because what else is out there? What are we going to work at a paper mill? I think that's the only other choice. So something like Death Wish Coffee in this area, offering jobs that people can not only love but benefit from. Yeah, man, there's not enough talk about that, I think. And,
I know.
And you know, your story, our story is repeated over and over again by everybody here. And you know, a lot of us have come in and we worked a simple job packing K-cups or throwing stickers on bags. But you know what? Those who actually have skills have a place to put those skills to work, because honestly, you know, you and I can be as motivated as we want, but working in a bar or restaurant, your motivation is only going to get you so fucking far before you're like, I'm sick of doing this, you know?
Is that what drove you to apply for a job here? Were you just sick of the industry that you were in, or?
You know, I loved the last bar that I worked at. But I needed a change.
Yeah.
You know, this has offered me to be home with my family by 5 p.m.
Which is awesome.
Never had that in my life.
Working bars, you're working late, obviously.
Yeah,
like,
you know, coming home at 2, 3 in the morning and
Yeah.
getting done working. But no, I mean, it was awesome. It was a quality of life change, and it's made a huge difference.
That's awesome. That's
huge
awesome.
difference.
So let's get off of the job for a minute. Like, let's talk about what do you like to do when you're not working? What you got hobbies or stuff that you enjoy that when you don't have to think about Death Wish Coffee?
Yeah. I like to golf.
Okay.
I'm not very good.
What's your handicap?
It's probably pretty high. Probably pretty high.
It must be if you're not going to tell me.
Yeah, it's. I like to think I'm pretty decent, but if you ask my brother-in-law, he'll tell you a different story.
Yeah. How much do you get out golfing?
I try to go once a week.
That's awesome.
You know, can't always go. Upstate New York weather.
Oh my God, yeah.
It snows 10
So I was
months
gonna
out
say,
of the
like,
year.
that once a week in upstate New York means like you probably golf 6 times this summer.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like,
Pretty much. No, I mean, other than we like to travel. My wife and I have been traveling a lot.
that's awesome.
You went somewhere awesome recently, right? Was it Iceland or something?
Iceland,
Oh
yeah.
my God, what was that like?
Yeah, it was fucking awesome.
Yeah,
It
what did
was
you do?
sweet.
What, like just to see it? Like, what
Yeah,
was
so-
the like I want to go to Iceland moment? Like,
I suggested Iceland for our honeymoon. We got married last October.
congrats.
Mazel
Thank
tov.
you. And she found a deal on Group. We've been doing all this traveling through Groupon,
Which
believe
is a
it or
great
not.
thing. Yep.
So my wife found a deal through Europe. So it was like Dublin, London, and Paris, like 3 days in each for like dirt cheap.
Wow.
And then we were on the Eiffel Tower for Valentine's Day, which is kind of nice.
This was your honeymoon.
Yeah, this was the honeymoon.
That's adorable.
And Iceland popped up later on Groupon. It's like, here's your chance to go to Iceland. I said, fuck yeah, let's go. We went at the end of January, and it was actually warmer there than it was here.
Holy
while
crap.
we were there. But it was awesome. I mean, it's just like untouched Earth.
Yeah.
You know, like,
Did you like hike around and like?
we did a bunch of tours. We were very touristy.
Well,
we did
that's
all
awesome.
the hot springs and the Blue Lagoon.
Oh, man.
And they bring you to this place where like the tectonic plates hit, and they all bring up. They filmed some of like Game of Thrones there and stuff.
Of course
so
they did.
My wife was all nuts about it, but it was it was cool. It was very awesome to see some of the things. I did hike to the top of a waterfall,
Jeez.
and I thought I was having a heart attack.
Oh man, that's awesome.
Well, I've heard that Iceland is actually green and Greenland is actually icy.
Correct.
Yeah.
Is that the case?
Yeah,
Yeah. Huh.
yeah. No, Iceland was awesome, man. Like the whole country's like
What was the food like?
a lot of fish,
Yeah, I bet.
lamb.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't really too different than what we have here. Beer was good. We got
I
a lot of new breweries over in Iceland.
Nice.
Rick from Albany Distilling was nice enough to give me a list of things to go check out while I
Oh.
was
He
there.
studied over there, right? I believe for a
He's
moment.
got family there or
Yeah,
some
he's
shit?
from there. Yeah.
Yeah.
A Viking
Yeah.
himself.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah.
Crazy.
This podcast has been brought to you by Groupon.
Yeah, right. I
Use the
wish.
discount code Deathwish on Groupon.com.
Don't do that.
Yeah,
because
no.
It won't work. But man, we should. Get
You can
it
try.
up.
I know,
Yeah.
right?
So that's awesome that you guys love to travel. Where to next? What's up? What's the next place on your list that you want to go?
Depending on Groupon.
Yeah, whatever Groupon is offering.
Use the new Deathwish offer for Groupon.
I
Sorry.
actually, we just got back from. We were in Mexico
Cool.
in April.
Wow.
I think I really want to hit the old Eastern Bloc. You know, like Poland and
Yeah,
that kind of area. I've always
Cool.
wanted to do that, but we'll see what happens.
that's cool. Any want to check out like Asia or
Kind of.
kind of?
I think that'd be very overwhelming, though.
Yeah.
I mean, we got into France, and it was, you're in Dublin and London, everyone's speaking English, and as soon as you get into Paris, it's like,
French.
shit.
Yeah.
It's like, I can't hear, I don't know what you're saying, I can't read anything, and they just look at you like you're a moron.
Oh my gosh.
Well,
What was it like in Iceland? Is it all English speaking predominantly? Yeah.
Yep.
It's not Icelandic anymore.
Is that a language?
It was.
yeah.
Like, yeah.
They have all their
Sorry,
signs are in
Iceland.
Icelandic, and then underneath it they'll have English.
Oh, okay.
But I
That's
guess
nice.
all the words are pretty much, they stem from like the same thing, or they all have similar endings depending on what the word means.
Oh, neat.
So it it was
Did
interesting.
you pick up any Icelandic while you were out there?
Nope.
No.
Nope, I did not.
That's
Not a
good.
lick.
I did not.
That's good.
Have you ever had any scary travel moments?
Like almost get mugged or something, or?
No, everything's actually been pretty decent.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
Good, that keeps you going out there. My wife and I keep talking about it too. I just got my passport for the first time in my life, and I haven't gotten it stamped yet. So I'm like itching now. Like, and we throw it around. You know, we gotta go see Europe, or we gotta go see Asia, or whatever. And actually, mutual friends of Dustin and ours are moving to Germany. So now I have
nice.
Now I literally have a reason. Like, I can't not go and visit them because I'm gonna miss them.
Not
and
until
wanna
I go.
No, I'm gonna go first.
No, they stayed at my place. I go first.
No, but I'm gonna go first.
I don't want to burst your travel bubble, but the stamp is definitely not as cool as it seems.
I know.
You get a stamp, it's like,
I
oh,
know.
what does this one look like? Ah, fuck.
Yeah,
that's
it's
lame.
just a
No.
stamp. I get it. I'm sure after the first one I won't care as much, but I have this passport, like I said, that I've never had in my entire life, and it's just blank pages, and I'm just like, I just want one. I just want the
Well,
one.
when we went to the Bahamas, we're like ready for the stamp, and they're like, "What,
They just looked at it and they're like, go ahead, and it's like, oh.
really?
Give me something. Give me something in here.
Just like spit on it or something."
So hopefully next year I'll make it over there. So that's awesome. So I mean, like, you know, you're traveling the world. Do you golf when you travel?
I did in Mexico. My brother-in-law and I played, and I actually got heat exhaustion.
Oh my gosh.
I did beat him, though, for the record. I did beat him, but
Crawling
I got
to the
heat
18th
exhaustion.
hole.
I was in bed for the rest of the day, which is
man.
our last day on the trip, and I was very sick.
Oof.
But it was totally worth it.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, and I mean that's a well-rounded thing, you know. Like you said, you had a whole life change, kind of coming here working for Death Wish. You know, now you can be with your family more. You can do more trips like that and see the world like you like to do. Question we always get to on this show. Through it all, you know, sticking around here for a year and a half, and your job changing probably more drastically than most people here, and doing all the stuff you like to do outside of here. What fuels you to keep doing it?
Just knowing how much this product means to so many people. You know, like you follow the community page, and like you see these people's stories, and some of them become part of your life more than others. You know, like I keep in touch with some of the community members. I'm not as active on the page anymore, but you know, you see what this product really means to these people.
Yeah.
You know, like
Yeah.
like your product got me through this. You know, I was like, and that to be a part of that, like to put a stamp of approval on that bag of coffee that is going to impact someone's life that much, that means a lot.
Yeah.
You
Damn,
know,
that was a
it's-
good answer.
That's a great answer. I don't think we've ever had that answer before. So
You know,
Cheers to
it's cool. That community is very close. You know, everyone is so generous to each other all the time.
Yeah.
You know, you see what, you know, certain people do for others, and it's like, holy shit.
yeah, it's crazy.
I wish I was that nice.
I know,
you know?
I know, and it is heartwarming to know that we're a part of that. You know, like we're influenced by that.
Yeah, you know, when customers call up and like I'll hear customer service, oh hey so and so, like they know your name, they know who you are.
Right.
You know, that means a lot to work for a company like that.
Yeah. No, I totally agree. So, you want to ask them?
Serious question. Uber serious. No beating
Wishy-washy,
around the bush
yeah.
with this shit, all right? Straightforward. Death Wish or Valhalla?
Death Wish.
Ah, there we go.
Without
Yeah.
even a hesitation. Without even a hesitation.
And I thought about
Why?
that the other day. I was like, I really don't like Valhalla as much as Death Wish.
All right. I am going to tell Zach Wild that specifically, and he'll be at your house with his
Actually,
fist.
behind door number one is Zach Wild himself.
Yeah,
No.
He's a big guy, man.
That's awesome. I
Scary.
mean, that's why I like that we have these two different coffees, these two different flavor profiles. I reach for them for different reasons. You know, like I'm the same way.
That's a bullshit answer, by the way. If you were wondering,
It's
that was
not
a
a
bullshit
bullshit.
answer that we didn't want.
It's not a bullshit answer because if you're putting me on the spot, it's Death Wish all the time.
Yeah, every day.
But I do enjoy Valhalla Java for different reasons. Like I like that coffee afternoon. Like I like it as an afternoon coffee. There's some times that I've had 5, 6, 7 cups of Death Wish coffee, and it's like I want an extra cup of coffee, and it's like I should just have a cup of Valhalla just to like mellow out for a little bit. But I mean, that's awesome. How much coffee do you think you drink a day?
Surprisingly, not a lot.
Yeah? Even
Yeah.
working here? Do you think your coffee intake went down working here?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I did.
Mine definitely went up.
Yeah, it's I mean, do drink a fair amount, but it's mainly just for testing and shelf life tests and all that kind of
That's true.
stuff. But
That's true.
Selfless drinking of coffee.
Yes.
Yeah.
For the greater good.
yeah,
I got a last question here, actually, unless you have anything.
I got something.
Well, good. Well, good.
Well, good for you.
I wanted to ask, then this is kind of known for people who follow this show, but this might be new information. Within the next couple years, we're going to be leaving this space and hopefully either creating a brand new arena for Death Wish Coffee or moving into a pre-existing arena because we're basically just growing out of the space that we have. And for those of you who don't know, the warehouse that we're in it wasn't a coffee producing warehouse when we got here. So we've had to literally craft a coffee producing warehouse out of an existing warehouse. So it'll be great to be able to have a facility that is, ours. When we do that, will it be easier or harder with SQF in place?
if we build our own, we can do.
It'll be a lot easier, probably.
It'll be a
right?
hell of a lot easier. Yeah.
Let's say we have to move into a place that is already a factory that we're going to then make our own.
I'm sure we can accomplish it.
Yeah.
Shouldn't be that hard.
Shouldn't be that hard. Because at that point, we will be Sqf certified and we'll have all these procedures in place. And I was just thinking, is that going to be, that much more of a headache for you to be like, no, I told you we can't have all these things
Sure,
there.
just like anything at first, there's going to be those things you need to walk through the place.
Right.
If it's already existing and be like, we need 2 doors here instead of 1, that usual shit. But I'm sure once everything's in place and you're able to build a smoothly running quality facility from the ground up and it's running, you're good.
Yeah.
I mean, not like scot-free good, but it's running.
Yeah.
And it's just small corrections after that.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Interesting.
for sure.
Is there anything that Death Wish hasn't gotten into that you think we might be missing out on? Maybe a flavor of coffee, a type of coffee, maybe an industry that we haven't touched, maybe a merchandise item that maybe we haven't produced yet. Is there anything that's ever popped up in your head and been like, Death Wish should do that?
I was a big advocate for the hockey jersey for a while,
Yeah.
and then we can scratch that off the list.
Yes.
But
As in, it's coming.
They know.
Yeah. Well, scratch it off the list almost makes it sound like it's not happening. It's happening.
Oh, yeah, it's
oh
happening.
yeah, no, it's.
Yeah,
I
ready
just
for
wanted
hockey
to clarify.
Get ready for hockey season, everybody, because you'll be able to represent.
And they're cool.
Yeah.
They're really
Yeah.
high quality. We went
Yeah.
with the good one.
Yeah.
We could have gone cheap on it. We did not.
Yeah, very excited for that. But I don't know, man. That's tough because, we already touch on so many things.
Do you think
Yeah,
we
we-
should get into golf?
I know a lot of people would love Death Wish golf shirt. I actually made one with one of the old industrial patches, and I get threats that I'm going to get beaten up and my shirt stolen.
Oh, wow.
At work. So
Maybe because I just think about it as that is a sport where people do like to rep things, whether it be even just Titleist or Nike or Adidas or something like that. But they like to have apparel and bags. I know we did a charity thing with can't remember the golf company, but it was a golf bag company, and we did a couple bags that basically just had patches on it, but it went over really well. People were really stoked about it, so I don't know, I could see it.
we're
happening.
giving one of those away next week.
Yeah.
I'm playing in a golf tournament.
Yeah.
On the Death Wish team.
Oh, cool. Very
We're,
cool. We have a team?
We were given a team, the Schenectady Firefighters Cancer Foundation.
Oh, cool.
We donated a bunch last year, and it raised the most money out of all of their raffle items.
Oh, wow.
So it's their main fundraising source is this golf tournament.
Oh.
So we're going to do the same thing again this year, give them another bag, fill it with goodies, and then 4 of us are going to go play and rep Death Wish. And,
Who's the 4?
myself, Tim, Nate, and Tony.
Who's the
Nice.
weak link?
I'll take that. I'll be the weak
on
link.
that sword.
I'll
Good
be the weak
Good
link.
man.
I was thinking on the golf front, it would be cool, and I don't know if you've ever seen this, Dustin, but professionals, amateurs too, they have socks that they put on their drivers to keep them clean. Tiger Woods famously always has a tiger, looks like a little stuffed tiger coming out of his bag. How cool would it be to have a Scully?
That'd be pretty cool.
Like a cool Death Wish skull on coming out of your bag. I think that'd be neat. You don't care.
Wow, yeah, that'd be invigorating.
Oh, man. Oh, God.
It's a good spot for, I don't want to say marketing, but you get a lot of times you get paired up with people that you don't even know.
Right.
So if you're wearing a hat or a shirt or whatever, what's Death Wish Coffee?
Yeah.
It's a good way to get the word out. I mean, yeah, you meet a lot of new people getting paired up in golf. Some good, some bad, but
I think, like I've said before, I think that there's no end to where this brand can touch, especially in sports. I think we've done a little bit with NASCAR and with football and that kind of thing, and I think any sport, I think I think our brand aesthetic can really translate well towards competitive sports. Be whatever it is. Curling. No, not curling. Dustin's really just done with me, I think. Oh, man. I love doing these employee episodes because we get to talk with, amongst ourselves, which is really nice.
Which doesn't happen that often because usually we're running around just yelling at each other.
Yeah.
So it's nice to actually just sit down and have a conversation for a half an hour or so.
I can't thank you enough.
Is there any social media? Yeah. Well, you missed it.
I was gonna say.
Do you do social media at all?
So mad at me.
Not really.
No.
I've kind of stepped away from it.
Nothing you want to plug at all, or?
All right.
No.
If you want
No,
to follow CJ, you follow Death Wish Coffee.
CJ Man
That's
of
right.
Shadows. I like it.
Yeah, you follow Death Wish Coffee if you want to see what you're up to. That's good.
No, I thought about getting more into it, and I don't know. But I don't know. I think I'll have a great idea. I'll talk myself out. I'll be like, no, that's stupid. Don't post that. But
all right.
I don't know.
That's
I might
commendable.
make a triumphant comeback to social media.
That's commendable. That's cool. Like I said, if you want to know what you're up to, you can follow the company.
You'll know when the time is right.
Yeah.
You'll know it. You'll feel it in your heart.
I'll get like
Instagram.
that beacon of light.
Yeah.
Now's the time.
Instagram.
Yeah, for sure.
All the pictures I could take.
Well, yeah, man. Thank you so much for sitting down and talking with us.
My pleasure.
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Cheers.
This has been Fueled by Deathcast, a Death Wish Coffee Company podcast production. Thanks for listening.